Hey guys, today we're gonna make toad in a hole. It is a old time recipe that my dad used to make. I always called it toad in a hole, but it's actually called toad in a hole. So what I like to do is add olive oil, or you can add butter to the pan, enough to just get it soaked in there. Thank you, Liana, for the olive oil gift for Christmas. Tastes really good. Spread it around the pan, make sure it's all evenly distributed. This pan's already been heated there on medium, so it's doing pretty good. Then what I do is I get my slices of bread. This is some good Country Hearth 12 grain bread. Get my grain in. Got a good mason jar here that does a really good job of making the hole. So press in and go ahead and remove the inside of the bread, and then we take that and throw it in the pan right away and let it start soaking. Spread around that olive oil real well. And then we also have some bacon grease that I'm going to add over into there. Give it some bacon flavor. Flip this guy over. There we go. Alright, well that's going. I'm going to go ahead and place our first slice in. Grab an egg. And let's see if I can crack an egg with one hand. That will be the challenge. Got the job done, sort of. It's a good thing I'm eating this myself, not cooking for someone else. I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper at the end here. Get each side a little bit. Easier when you have two hands, right? I'll use the salt shaker for this one, just a little bit of salt. Move it around a little bit, and if you notice, if you move it around and it doesn't fall out, you're about ready to flip. And yep, that one's ready. So take here, flip it over. Olive oil is really good for you. I think it has some rosemary in it in this jar here, but good source of those omega-3s, fatty acids. So I like this Bertolli stuff. It does a good job. Tastes good. Alright, what I like to do is I lightly tap on the top of the egg here, and based on how much resistance I get from the spatula, that tells me about how close we are to being done. I personally like my eggs over easy with just a little bit hardened. So we're getting close here. While it's going, I'm going to go grab a plate. Let's see how our little slice of bread is doing. You can see it's absorbed a lot of that olive oil, and it's a little bit, the egg's a little bit sticking to the pan, so I'm just going to lightly move it around. We're still doing good, still cooking. All right, this one's good. If I overcook one of them, I can undercook the other and it'll compensate for the other, which is nice. So this little guy is good. Oh, I missed. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil here. So we don't want this to stick. It's pretty cool. You can really see all of the ingredients there at the bottom. Some good old rosemary. Alright. Spread this all around. Put the bread back on there. There it is. Alright, let's do attempt number 2 for the egg. Can I crack the egg without making a mess like the first time? Let's say that's a pretty good one. That's a winner. Pan's a little hotter than last time, so it's gonna cook a little bit quicker. Alright, taking a peek, seeing how we're doing. So you can see, it's hard to see in there, but it is cooked enough on the bottom now. It's ready to flip. So we'll go ahead and get it situated. There we go. Alright, so this one's pretty soft. I'm going to let this one cook a little bit more until the bread is pretty crunchy. I'm going to grab a little bit more of this bacon grease. Spread it around a little bit. Get some of that bacon flavor that we all love and appreciate. But yeah, I like to season it with salt and pepper. My other favorite is Julio's seasoning. Used to get some really good chips from there. So this container's starting to get empty. But that's one of my favorites to add to almost anything. Really good stuff. Alright, so this one's done. This was togue in a hole. That's what I used to call it. It's actually toad in a hole. So, really delicious meal. Got your bread, olive oil, salt and pepper, a little mason jar, and that is it.